Why do dogs float in water? Because they're good boys. Aw, good buoys, good bowies. I don't know how to say the word, but it's so true. If lightning strikes an orchestra, who's most likely to get hit? The conductor. That's so true. That's so true. You know what I want to see? I want to see you guys comment down your favorite dad joke. It better not be from this video, all right? I want to see 100% original dad jokes in the comments, all right? And I'll respond to my favorite ones. This is a great subreddit. This is a great time. My girlfriend asked me to sit down on the couch and softly said, I think we should talk. I don't think we should see each other anymore. I thought for a few moments and finally said, I understand. Then I walked to the doorway and flipped off the lights. Ba-doom! Am I right, honey? Honey? Wife, who is your favorite monster from film? Me? I'd really say the vampire from Sesame Street. Really? Come on. Hey, they made a bunch of Sesame Street movies, so he's technically in film. No, he doesn't count. Oh, I assure you, he does. Like this. 1, 2, 3. Like that, he counts like that. Cause he's the count, honey. A drunk wakes up in jail. Why am I here, officer? For drinking, replies the cop. Great, says the man. When do we start? Ah, so you misunderstand, you criminal. You drank a little too much. This is not a game. This is the reward for this is your stupid prize for your stupid game, actually. This is what happens. Congratulations. You won. You've got to hand it to convicts. It's really hard to make wine, but they've got it in the bag. This subreddit is my personal paradise. I'm loving it here, dude. What do you call a factory that makes okay products? A Satisfactory, and that's a game, isn't it? Yeah, you call it Okia. All right, take my upvote. You win. An old dad calls his son and declares, listen, your mother and I have decided to end our marriage. 40 years of misery is more than enough. Shocked, the son exclaims, Dad, what on earth are you saying? His father responds, we simply can't endure each other's company any longer. I've grown tired of seeing her face, and I'm exhausted from discussing this. So call your sister and inform her. He then hangs up. The son becomes anxious and contacts his sister, who adamantly insists there's no way they're getting divorced. She promptly calls their father. You're not going through with this divorce. Don't take any further action. Both of us are flying home tomorrow to discuss this matter. Until then, don't contact a lawyer or file any paperwork. Do you understand? She abruptly ends the call. Turning to his wife, the old man chuckles and says, all right, they're both coming for Christmas and they're covering their own airfare. Ah, smart old man. The old trick your kids into thinking you're divorcing your wife trick. It works every time. I'm used to take Viagra before heading out to the office. However, these days I'm all about omega-3 supplements. I decided to work smarter, not harder. That brought a smile to my face. That's a good one. I really like that one a lot. Sounds like your reasons for doing it are superficial. Bro. Yes! I like it. Hey, you like merch, don't you? EmKayshop.com. EmKay hoodie. 100% cotton. Oversized fit. Black, beige, green. Code Damien. Free shipping. Okay, thank you. There's your merch plug, man. A Buddhist monk walks up to a hot dog vendor and says, make me one with everything. After a brief chuckle, the vendor makes the hot dog and gives it to the monk, saying, that'll be $4, please. After the monk hands over a $10 bill, he finds himself waiting uncomfortably while the vendor does nothing except stare back at him. Awkwardly, the monk asks, what about my change? Ah, replies the hot dog vendor. Change must come from within. Yeah, within your register, buddy. So give me my money. Just take the till and run. The change is within. So the monk reached inside his jacket, produced a handgun, and demanded his change. The vendor said, but violence doesn't achieve anything. The monk responded, what are you talking about? I'm showing you my inner peace. Then the monk's friend says, the cops gonna be on their way. We should get out of here. The first monk then replies, namaste. Oh no. He's taking this to the extreme. I had to break up with my girlfriend. She's 5'2", great body, good personality, good in bed, but she's cross-eyed. Sadly, we just couldn't see eye to eye, and I'm pretty sure she was seeing someone on the side. What do I even say to add on to this subreddit? The jokes, they literally write themselves. They're all here. When I came home from work, my wife said, ugh, the baby's been crying for hours. Can you take over? I said, sure, and started crying for hours. The baby stops. All right, baby, I got this. The baby pulls out a cigar, they've switched roles. Why are mathematicians the worst people to date? Because they give way too much respect to their ex. Oh, dude, they're always solving for X. Like, why? Solve for me, dude. And you can never get the X out of the equation. But why? Come on. Come on. My wife gets so pissed whenever I mention A-E-I-O-U. She was recently diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome. Boom. Got him, dude. Irritable bowel syndrome. My wife despises the other 21 letters. Keeping the peace is a constant struggle. Dude, these are so good. I'm gonna send these to my dad. You know what I mean? My stepdad, but he's my dad. He's my dad. I'm gonna send him some of these. Just catch him off guard with a quick fire from the hip. Polar Bear walks into a bar and says to the bartender, I'll take a rum and Coke. Bartender says, what's with the pause? Polar Bear says, I was born with them. Let's go. What's with the pause? These old things? Well, I was born with them. It's not what all right. Yeah, sure, man. You want that on the rocks or not? You're a polar bear. Proud dad. Daughter dropped this one on me. We were eating and she said, this is false advertising. French fries aren't from France, they're from Greece. Oh, whoa. Dude, she's learning, dude. Young Padawan learning from the master. I actually had to think about it a second, looked over and she was proudly smiling. I told her I would post it here. She did well. She really did. I love it when the kids are hitting their parents with dad jokes and the dads just start beaming with it, like a little tear comes from their eye. It's a beautiful moment, a beautiful bonding experience. My daughter, 17, hit me with this one. Over the weekend, we took a daddy-daughter trip to San Antonio. While we were visiting the Alamo, as we were leaving, she turns to me and says, I'm so glad we came. I almost forgot all about it. It took me a second to get it. The battle cry of those Texas boys was, remember the Alamo. I couldn't be prouder. Adam tells God he's really lonely on Earth alone. That's what makes you lonely, when you're alone, you know. God says, Adam, I'm going to make you a woman. Adam says, what's that? God says, it's another human that you'll be able to bond with. She'll love you, care for you, cook for you, worship you and tend to your every desire. She'll be at your beck and call, give you offspring, and you'll never want for anything else in life again. Adam says, that sounds wonderful, Lord. What will it cost me? God says, it'll cost you an arm and a leg. Adam thinks for a second and says, what can I get for a rib? She loves apples, Adam. And you'll have to do an epic rap battle of history against her one day. I told her my name is Heath. She said her name is Heather. I said, this isn't a competition. Well, who's Heathest? That's what I'm trying to figure out. This guy's asking the right questions. I saw a guy and a girl doing high fives in a chemistry lab, and I thought, wow, they be bonding. My wife asked for a divorce today, saying I was too un-American. I saw it coming from a kilometer away. And since she's single, I'd love to meet her. Nice. 7-year-old. Dad, what letter has the most water? Me? The most water? Yes, the most water. Don't know. 7-year-old grinning from ear to ear. The C. Get it? Oh, dude, at 7 years old, he's already a master. I asked my grandpa, after 65 years together, you still call grandma darling, beautiful, and honey. What's the secret? He laughed. I forgot her name 5 years ago, and I'm scared to ask her what it is. Oh, Gramps. Gramps. You fox dog, you foxy dog, you sailor. My wife found out I was cheating on her after she found all the letters I was hiding. She got mad and said she'd never play Scrabble with me again. Yeah, that's what you get for breaking the rules, dude. Scrabble is an honor, a code to not be broken, and you broke that code. My daughter said we should go have breakfast at IHOP because kids are free. I replied, well, then we won't be going there. I don't want any more kids. I love a good dad joke, dude. It comes with the territory. Once you have a kid and you put on like 10, 20 pounds of dad, dude, the jokes just start flowing. I went to the doctor and said I've got earache, inflamed sinuses, conjunctivitis, and headaches, but he was dismissive. He told me, it's all in your head. Well, don't call me crazy, doc. I'm sick. My boss asked me to make a business presentation and I said I should start it with a joke. So I put my pay slip on the first slide. The second slide, my resignation. Got him. Da-dum. Quitting my job. I was cleaning my house when I ran across an old dad joke daily calendar. You know, the one that has a joke a day and you peel it off day by day. Well, I threw it away. My wife saw me do it and asked if I didn't like those jokes anymore. I told her I bought a replacement dad joke calendar and that the jokes on the old calendar were so last year. Her exasperated sigh was all the applause I needed. Yeah, dude, I'm sure this year's jokes are terrible too. Come on, who's gonna stop them? It's a dad joke barrage. My wife asked me to go get 6 cans of Sprite from the grocery store. When I got home, I realized that I'd picked 7 up. These are so good. They're so good. Your punishment will be so depressing. She threw a soda at my head, but luckily it was a soft drink. Why is a show better at the planetarium than at the movie theater? We took our kids to a planetarium today, and while we were waiting for it to start, I asked my daughter, do you know why a show at the planetarium is better than at the movie theater? After a few seconds with blank stares as they knew a dad joke was coming, because there are more stars. My wife and daughter rolled their eyes, but the people all around us got a chuckle and repeated it to others around them who were asking what everyone else was laughing about. It's the best game of telephone there is. Mission accomplished, baby. My son was frustrated because apparently he just doesn't understand girls. I assured him saying that that'll change one day. Yeah, when you get older, you won't understand women. Proud of you, son. My son, when you can explain how pizza is made in circles, delivered in square boxes, and eaten in triangles, only then will you hope to understand girls. And then you'll still be wrong. Now go to bed. Good night. I gave up drinking and ate noodles instead. I've been sober for 6 months now. I think I've heard enough from you. You done? I've had my fun. Dude, they're hitting me with things I didn't even know about. These dad jokes are next level for me. They're unlocking parts of my mind. 2 men broke into a drugstore and stole all the Viagra. Please don't call them hard criminals. Please don't. The police put out an alert to be on the lookout for 2 hardened criminals, dude. Is that a gun in your pocket or are you just happy to see me? The cashier told me, strip down facing me. By the time I realized she meant the debit card, it was too late. Well, she should have been more specific. That's on her. Honestly, that's on her for not clarifying. That was a very just direct and vague statement. I dated a Swiss girl, but broke up with her after visiting her hometown. There were a ton of red flags. Hey, but at least you know now, so that was a big plus. How do you make your girlfriend scream during sex? Phone to tell her about it. Yes. It's definitely a surefire way. My dad once tried making coffee. When he tasted it, he said, like making love in a canoe. When I asked him if it was good, his smile faded and he said, no, it's close to water, and poured it out. Well, you'll get it next time, Dad. I refer to Monday through Thursday as Greg, and Friday to Sunday. What, did I just say Sunday? Why am I lisping all of a sudden? Friday to Sunday is Ian. It's my Gregorian calendar. Ooh, I hate this one. That one was the dumbest one I've seen, so that was... Oh, they acknowledged it. I know, guys, this was a weak joke. Shut up! This was a weak joke? You shut your mouth. He redeemed himself. I'm proud of him. He redeemed himself. I told my wife I had a crush on Beyonce. She replied with, whatever floats your boat. I'm confused because that's buoyancy. It's not really the same thing. Maybe she misheard? True story, took my family out to dinner. We entered the restaurant and I asked the host if we could have a table for 3. She asked me if I had any reservations. I replied, no, I definitely want to have dinner here. She gave me a blank stare and took us to a table. Wife and kid just groaned. Well, I mean, you got the table. I think Dad did you a favor, got you a table. My dad was a large bearded Viking of a man with a thick Scandinavian accent. Every time we went out to eat, if the server asked, are you finished? My pops would reply with, no, I'm Swedish. Got him, Dad. My big Viking daddy. Got him. 2 high school graduates are discussing their future college plans. The first says, I'm planning on going into farming. It's what my father did and it makes good money. The second, good God. Do you hear how many times I flubbed today? It's a record for me right now. The second asks, what type of farming? Wheat, corn, or livestock? I don't know, man. There's so many fields to choose from. That's so true. That's so true. There are so many fields. This is great. This is the kind of subreddit I live for, man. This was just some true wholehearted fun.